What's up, guys? And today I'm here in Arm Wrestling Simulator, and we are playing Arm Wrestling Simulator. Yeah, so there has recently been a new update to the game for a Season 2 pass thing, and pretty cool. The rewards at the end. This is much better than the last one, the Lemonade Spirit. Pretty cool, but I'm gonna be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to get better at the game. So the main tip I have is to always be grinding. Like, if you can, like, try and get like an auto clicker or like something to make sure that you're always grinding. Like yesterday I was at 400 trillion strength, and now I'm at 1 QA. So like, just grinding overnight is definitely worth it if you can. And then the Atlantis World, I would definitely recommend doing. The Atlantis World has gotten me from having a pet team of this and like this guy, and this guy, like just these crappy pets, to like having a 7,000 pet team. My tips for if you're in the first world or second world. So for the first world, definitely hatch this egg just to get, like, since the pets in it aren't that good. Like, let's see, let's find one of the pets. Yeah, so we got Pink Flamingo here, just 34 times. That's really bad for me, but for you might just be starting the game, and you might be getting some of these eggs. But these eggs are much worse. Look at this best egg right here. You get, I got the legendary, the 27%. And that legendary only does 7.5. That's like the best egg from this world, and it only does 7.5 compared to just a much, like, 700 times cheaper. Literally 700 times cheaper, and you get like a much better pet, like almost like 5 times better and 700 times cheaper. Like, that's insane. And another thing, claim your gifts, especially if you're in the first world. But if you're in the second world, I'd only claim these 3 right here. So I'd claim the boosts. So the gold boost, the void boost, and the void boost. Everything else is complete garbage if you're in the second world. But the first world, it's actually not bad. Always get good arms. I would definitely recommend buying crates and getting good arms, since arms actually help a ton. Let me show you. I have 4 diamond crates here. Let's see if we can get anything good. Oh, I got a 570 times 15% buff arm. That's only 570 times. It's a buff alien, but it's not as good as my best one, my buff crab, which does 600. So let's just open all of them and check. So we got whole bunch of buff primals, a buff alien, but yeah, nothing beats my buff crab, which is just insanely good. Yeah, but would definitely recommend arms, because look at, so I have 1 QA with my arm, but if I take off my arm, look at, I only have 100, and that's with like a trail. If I unequip my trail too, I only have 66,000. But that's why you should definitely get arms and definitely do trails too, since I only have half right now. I have that much, 474 trillion. And if I equip my best trail, that goes from 475 trillion to 1 QA, which is like twice as good. And the trails are pretty cheap too. Like, you probably just need to beat this guy a couple times, or either way, they're pretty easy. But that's my tips. And definitely also, if you're going to spend Robux on the game, definitely I would recommend getting VIP. I think that's the best one. It's 3 times training. This is the same price, but you only get 2 times. So the 2 best things are the best value bundle and the VIP pass. So those are 2 like best things, and I would not recommend buying them separately. Wins, don't buy them, and these pets are absolute scams. 15,000 Robux, that's like pretty much $100 for a 20,000 times pet, when you can just get 7,500 times pet for much cheaper. Also, if you're in the first, second, or third world, when the Atlantis world is gone over here, I would definitely recommend doing this event, since this pet, the Frozen Dominus right here, is our best one. It was the best one, 7,500 times. I got lucky, and for this one, this is like a whole bunch of a very long time ago. I got this as a base. It does 4,500 times, so much worse than this one. But if you make it rainbow and you add a whole bunch of buffs to it, it becomes 12,000 times, even like weeks later, when 4,500 times now is like a much worse pet. But if the Atlantis world is still around, the Atlantis world is definitely worth it. Also, you shouldn't grind in the Atlantis world once you get enough to defeat the Poseidon. Once you get enough to defeat Poseidon, relatively easy, like me, like I have 3.6 QA, and I can pretty easily defeat the Poseidon. As you can see, I can pretty easily defeat him, and I get 2 million wins. And then you can just go over here and get this, which is 58 million. Definitely worth buying this egg. So another tip I have is don't do leagues. I mean, like right now, leagues aren't that worth it. Like either way, definitely play this game. It's a fun game. Another thing, definitely try and rebirth as much as you can. But you can super rebirth, but I'd be very cautious. I used to have 2 or 3 quadrillion and be in the 4th world and was like playing the game super easy. But then I super rebirthed once, and it was a giant mistake. So now I'm just trying to grind back and be able to beat the Kraken boss and get back to the 4th world. The 5th world, currently, there's a whole bunch of bugs, and the 5th world is not really worth it. At least for now. I hope they fix the bugs, but right now, the wins isn't really worth it. The pets definitely are in the 5th world, but overall, I feel like the biggest tip, do normal rebirths, not super rebirths. Do super rebirths if you think you have strong enough pets. I'd recommend like something probably like what my team is right now, with like in the thousands. But do rebirths, do trails, do arms, yeah, all that stuff. And first, you probably heard this a whole bunch, but first 2 worlds, Knuckles is the best. But the 3rd world, Hands is the best. 4th world, Biceps is the best. Specifically, this bicep thing in the 4th world. 5th world, I don't really know, since I'm not really in the 5th world. But for the most part, don't really buy the eggs in your area unless you're in the, I'd say, 4th world. Then you can start buying the eggs that are in your area. But I don't really think the eggs are really worth it, like the main eggs, since this is a pet from the 4th world, and this is just a rare pet, like a random rare, but it is huge. Pet from, let's see, can I find a normal one? So this is just a normal pet from that area. It's a rare void, and it's like the most common one. And this one is much weaker. Like, let's see. Like, in the Atlantis world, the pets are very good in the Atlantis world. Pretty much no matter where you are in the game, Atlantis world is worth it. The first 2 worlds are easy. Just do Knuckles and you can get it. But those are my tips on how to get good at Arm Wrestling Simulator. Goodbye!